I hate intros. This is the makeup I'm doing today. Let's get right into it, fellas. I'm starting off with this dupe of the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. For some reason I have like a skin reaction to it, so this works a lot better. Then I'm using my standard Urban Decay Primer Potion for my eyelids, as I always do. I'm blending it in with my fingers because it always works better than a brush. This is my favorite foundation combo right now. It's the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop and the Dark Asteroid Pretty Ghostly foundation. I like the finish of the NYX foundation, but it's not quite light enough for what I want, so I always add a little bit of white foundation into it as well. And I'm applying that with just like a generic beauty sponge. You can use any white eyeshadow or a powder, but I'm using the Sunset Makeup GOTH palette just to powder my eyelids. I find it's like an added layer of protection from creasing because I have hooded eyelids. Now I'm just adding the Stargazer white pressed powder on the top third of my face just to set it. I do the top third of my face first because I always get fallout, and then I can clean it off and there's no issue. I'm gonna map out the shape of my unblended eyeshadow look with this Snazaroo face paint. I do this with Snazaroo just because it's what I'm comfortable using. I'm like really used to the water activated paints, but if it's not what you're used to using, you can always use an eyeliner, eyeshadow with a little bit of water on your brush, or you can also use like a liquid lipstick, which is what I'm gonna use later. Later is now, because here's the liquid lipstick I'm about to use to fill in all of that little shape that I just made. I don't usually use MAC all that much, but this lipstick just happens to be the best black liquid lipstick I can find. Since it's not an insanely dry liquid lipstick, I have to powder over it, and when I do this, you can see that it gets a lot darker. I'm feeling a little wingy today, so let's add a little something extra. A little black wing on this side. I do all of my wings in like really tiny details with one of these really small brushes. And now I'm just repeating the 2 steps with the liquid lipstick just to make sure it matches the rest of my eye look. I got this little eyeliner brush from the dollar store, so always keep your eye out. The brush I'm applying the eyeshadow over top is also from the dollar store. People seem to think that I spend a lot of money on makeup and tools and stuff, but sorry to disappoint you, everything I buy is super cheap for the most part. Sometimes I'll treat myself to something a little more expensive, but that doesn't happen very often. I'm repeating the steps from the other eye, except I'm doing a red wing on this side. Obviously, the red I'm using is also Snazaroo, and then I'm also going to powder over top of it after I'm done filling it in. You don't really have to use like a specific eyeshadow. People seem to always ask me about specific eyeshadows. It doesn't matter that much as long as you get like good payoff. And now I'm just marking out my eyebrows. Shocking, I'm wearing 2 eyebrows today. I know, that never happens. I don't really have any eyebrow secrets or anything because that's honestly like the thing I'm the worst at. Oopsies, totally forgot to fill in the other eye, so let's get to it. I gave up on being a tidy queen and just put the applicator directly on my eyelid because I was getting tired. You just want to be kind of careful that you don't put too thick of a layer of the lipstick on your eyelid, or else it'll get all like weird and creasy and like crepey. On to the black eyeshadow step. Powder that bitch. And now that I can see small inconsistencies with the shape, I can fix it up a little bit. I swear I cannot do a makeup look like this with powdering over top of lipstick like this without getting fallout all over the bottom of my face. So now I just clean it up with micellar water, and then I re-moisturize. And because I didn't prime the bottom 2/3 of my face, it's time to do that. And now I'm repeating the exact same foundation steps so it looks almost perfectly matched, hopefully, to the top of my face. I get in close to my piercings with a brush, and then I just slap the makeup down to my chin. I don't go past my chin at this point unless I'm actually wearing like foundation on my neck. I just have to make sure that I'm blending the like stark line between where I started my foundation and where I'm finishing it, so it's not too thick over there because it'll get all like crusty and there will be like texture that you can see. Onward with our foundation steps with the Stargazer powder again on that same brush, just making sure I got everything so nothing slides around. I don't like pack on the powder, I kind of like do it in little bits at a time just so it doesn't get super dry and thick and like really apparent. I don't know. You can still tell obviously that I'm wearing foundation because like obviously my face is nearly white, and also I hate the feeling of foundation in my ears, so I never put it on my ears. Now it's time to line up the bottom eyelid with the top eyelid. Putting on a little inner wing with the Caviar liquid lipstick as well, and then filling it in. I will have to powder it, but because it's only a little bit of powder, I don't get nearly as much fallout, and it's like the amount that I can brush away. I'm using the Black Sunset makeup again to powder over. And then because I want to smoke out the bottom instead of having a really thick line, I'm using the gray just to make a gradient so I don't have to like sit there and blend for nearly as long. Pro tip, it's always a lot easier to blend a lighter color. So like gray, for example, is a lot easier to blend and then put black over top and then blend them into each other, if that makes sense. Even if it doesn't, that's what I'm doing anyway. So I'm just putting the black over top and you can see it coming together that like it looks like just blended black, but really we have secret gray in there. Because my outer wing was red, I was like, you know what? Let's party. Inner red too, my favorite color. And after powdering over it again, I was like, you know what? Party harder. Red under my eyelid. Wow. Just incredible. So I use a lighter, like, eyeshadow for the red, and then I use a darker one to, like, blend it out. It's the same technique. Also, don't tell the church elders, but I'm definitely using lip liner in my waterline. Mascara is the most boring part of any makeup look. This is my favorite eyeliner. It's by Essence. It's like $2 or $3 and it stays on like crazy and doesn't do that like weird emo creasy thing in the bottom. But I do still powder over both of my eyeliners just because I want to make sure they stay in place, and also it like connects the lines a little bit better. And now since the serious part is over, it's time to be a silly little guy and just draw some lines. Get creative, let's have some fun, this beat is sick. These fun little details I'm also doing with Snazaroo. If you look up close on the red line under my eye, you can see what I was talking about with like the weird crepiness. It's like, it looks like I'm wrinklier than I am. I'm doing the old school card trick with some eyeshadow to do my death rock contour. Ooh, my voice just squeaked like crazy, alright. Again, I'm doing the like fun blending technique where I start off with a really light red and then do a darker red to like deepen the color so I don't have to blend nearly as much. I'm doing the black as well, same technique, starting with gray, putting black over top. You see it, you understand, you're smart, genius, you're a genius. I'm always collecting these promotional cards for this though. Reveal! Wow, incredible. I had to fix that line because it got a little bumpy. It's fine. I do like the lightest contour underneath my nose. Also, I got this highlighter from the wonderful and beautiful Jordan Bouvet. I think that's how you say their last name. I balanced out the one eye by adding some tears on the other side. And now because I'm wearing a red dress with this look, I'm gonna paint my whole neck red. I could have done black and it would have been like a lot more contrast, but that's not what I was going for. Not today, at least. Maybe another time. I do love the dress I ended up putting on. I thrifted it and like, damn, what a find. There are these little boys like trying on a bunch of dresses and like laughing about it, and I'm like, bro, put my dress down and like stop stretching it out because I want to buy that. I don't usually use Snazaroo around my lips because it is water activated, so if you like get it wet at all, it'll run everywhere. But because it's just like outside of my lip line, I figured it would be fine. So I did red Snazaroo around the outside, and now I'm using my black liquid lipstick to do the black, like, actual lipstick part of my lipstick. And then once I'm done that, I fill in the part closer to, like, my actual mouth, just with black lipstick so that I can reapply it if I have to. And then I put my contacts in. The white one is from TTDI, and the red one is from Uniqso. I did the tooth paint off camera, but it's from Mayron. Really easy to find on Amazon. And that's the whole look. Tag me if you try it so I can see. Bye!